Hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9. If I look a bit tired, that's because I am. I went to bed late last night and pretty much regretting it now. And it's only 8:26 and I'm knackered. Ah, the fun. But today has been an interesting day, for I got my first bit of Cisco gear. It's also incredibly noisy, just like a real piece of server rack equipment. Listen to that. You can just see how loud it is at the sound level there, plus all the vibration up from the computer. But yeah, it's a workgroup stack Catalyst 3000. 16 years old because it's from 1996. But works a treat. I have officially, because I got it today, the techies because the techies here are really nice, gave me a console cable for the sort of Cisco standard, and also with a bit of hunting around I was able to find a legacy cable for this switch, and also the switch which is dead, because the first switch, the one that I got out the skip, is dead. Yeah, the LEDs light up and that, but nothing comes up on the console. Can't TCP all into it. Won't ping the ports. Need all the other FreeCom, but at least I can get into the console and configure stuff. And yes, it does have configurations, and yes, I do need to do some research on how to reset them. Just need to get the speed right, or otherwise you get corruption. Get jargled characters and whatnot. The dead one? I think that can go back in the skip because I really don't have room for it. Maybe I'll do that tonight, pile up all the bits I don't need and just skip it. That's what you want. So I have 4 functional switches. 2 Centacom, which are 3726 XLs, identical switches. They work a treat. I have the Cisco Catalyst and a 3Com, which I need to get to configuring. 4500, it's a 26 port model. It's got various little thingy-mabobs on it. Probably some proprietary ports here. They're like the little optical modules or something. This is your gigabit base here. Oh, bloody. There's your gigabit base. I won't show you the Cisco one because it's right under the laptop and I can't be arsed. It's also quite heavy. But yes, nice bit of gear. It's also got an optical module installed. It supports ATM, which is a very old standard now. I don't think ATM for WAN networks is used anymore, certainly not outside the legacy stuff. But legacy stuff is still in industry and will be still in industry when I actually go out there, so it doesn't have to at least have a knowledge of it and what it does. Next up I want to acquire are some routers. eBay should be a good source for it. One of the things with this was a router, but another student beat me to it because they needed it for a project. Darn! Oh well, such is life. I can pick something else up. The other switch they has is a purely optical one, which I don't have a need for at the moment, so I haven't got that one. And That's that on the Switch front. Yes, I haven't uploaded the latest Sony Vaio thing, have I? Upon the laptop, I have given myself both options are available. We've got the hardware option, as indicated by the 2 holes Dremelled in the bottom of the computer. It was fun Dremel. I love my Dremel, it's so much fun. But they're accessible so I can solder them if need be, but it's also assembled so I can still perform the software option when I get round to it. The RAM checked out all good. Used Ubuntu because I can boot it from disk, but I still want to unlock the BIOS. I don't like being locked out. So that's all good. It's really just based on Switch acquisition today and the fun of testing them and that and learning a few new things here and there. Because how does one learn if one does not challenge oneself? Completed the original Metal Gear Solid, absolutely bloody brilliant. And nothing's really been updated with the PC in the skip, but at the moment I don't need another PC. Not at the moment. If another PC comes along that I can use or need, I shall take up the option. The techies are throwing out a few network cards, so I might ask them if I can have a few, because things like that could be handy for setting up a server to run these switches on. Start configuring it, use the Raspberry Pi as a server as one of my little original ideas, and then maybe make an FTP and stick on the... Make an FTP and make it so you don't need to client side these machines. So I can just link a laptop to it, voila. And if I can get this up and running, good. Get this sorted out, get this a hard drive, server. That also comes to another thing, because Mrs. Knight has been discussing servers and new operating systems, which makes me wonder, if you're going for purely just power consumption, what's about a laptop as a server? I mean, yeah, obviously it's not necessarily the cheapest option, it's not necessarily the best option, but it did get me thinking, because there would be advantages. For one thing, they're small. Generally, they are powerful. Generally, when it comes down, it's normally things like the graphics and that they fall behind on the desktops. But normally, if you get a decent enough one, you have that external ports for external hard drives. You've got that eSATA thing in modern laptops, and people are always throwing away computers. You can easily obtain them. It's definitely an interesting thought that came to mind. Whether it be a plausible option, you'd have to do the system analysis yourself, the system requirements yourself. But it did get me thinking, how would a laptop perform as a server? Would it be... I know it wouldn't be up to everyone's specifications, but definitely is food for thought. Especially as everyone's moving to laptops, so you're eventually going to get to a point where the majority of computers you get are laptops. And also, well, laptops are a good learning curve because of things like BIOS passwords for computer technical skills. They're a good machine to pull out and just piss around with, even if you're not particularly serious with it. And that's one thing. Always get hold of an old machine that you don't care about, and if you break it, it doesn't matter, because you learn something through it and you haven't lost some valuable data by pissing around on your main machine or maybe another family members. Although I will admit that I have used family members' machines as it's for some of my experiments. Just got to know how to... Well, you kind of learn how to undo anything you do that's undesirable, so no one notices. But yeah, treat every computer experience as a learning curve. There's always more to learn, you can never know everything. From BIOSes to just general hardware installation. PC builds are easy, just plug all the circuit boards together, voila, done. Install the operating system, then you've got to find all. It starts to get more complicated as you go into the software, getting it all configured and set up. But yeah, you can find the drivers with searches on the internet and whatnot. Yes, I can't see out the eye. You can't see, not very well. And yeah, over the weekend was a nice one. My brother came up to stay and we pretty much played PlayStation for most of it, as well as venturing out for meals and whatnot. Didn't go out for any trips for the day, we all got up too late. Yeah, I told you about the dead freecom. I haven't done much of that wireless inspection camera, it's just sitting in the box now. Haven't even gone into bothering looking for a monitor for it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't continue, who knows. But it's kind of cool. Thing works a treat. That's what you want at the end of the day. Oh god, spots are coming back. You're not supposed to get these when you're a teenager. Way out the teenage bracket now. I think officially it's like 13 when teenagehood starts. Something like that. Although to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, teenagehood starts when puberty starts. And then of course, it's when you get into your early 20s that puberty kind of ends. Although development over the rest of the body certainly doesn't end. Sometimes it flashes red on the laptop. Just proves. These things are actually quite useful. I haven't used it for much serious, but it's good if you want to scan like PSU if it's still on. Although nothing beats checking the plug directly. And I have opened up this Cisco switch and there is a bit of footage on it. It's not a teardown because I can go to actually revealing every circuit board. All that movement outside is distracting. Might be worth playing some Metal Gear Solid, I reckon. 2 on PS2. Was it Souls of Thingy Bob? That sort of stuff. It's good fun. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still good fun. And the protagonist's girlfriend will not leave the bloke alone to get on with the mission. She keeps rambling on about bloody relationship crap. It's like, shut up! Let him get on with the mission! Randomly calls up to go on about the first time we met. It's like, oh, no, Karen! Oh, Snake hides under the identity of Tristan or something. I can't remember the ending of the game very well because it's bloody long ago and it was playing. It's like the same with the first one. and get tricked into activating it. I like twists like that, it's good fun. First one's the best though. Stupid screen blanked. Sake. Oh dear, I'm in land nod. Fall asleep on camera again, I've done that before. Massive cigar. Complete with light. Every time you inhale. I'm trying to think. Not much else has really happened, has it? Look around for some sort of inspiration or something to ramble about. Nothing seems to come to mind, although the CRT on the Sony is a bit dusty. God, do I have to go around with a duster? I hate dusting. Dusting's evil. Anyway, I'm just gonna ramble about completely pointless crap if I don't kill it here. And, well, some people like the pointless crap, some people don't. It's all down to the users, or viewers, that'd be correct. Terminology. So, from me, good night, and have some fun. I do wonder this thing's actual usefulness to me, but it's kind of cool. It's good to know when something's live, though. Thanks for watching. Oh. No, it's just made it glow red and it stopped. Oh yeah, static can also trigger it to go red. Sensitive to EMI pretty much. Good night.